Okay. That's what's up. Right.
I'll fix it for you.
Do you see me?
You know. There we go. Push it back. You see everybody.
Why don't we put it right here? You don't think that's better?
No, it's the case that you have on the phone. It's sliding.
Oh, okay. You gonna leave this like this?
It's not gonna catch it.
I think it's too far.
I'm gonna fix it. But you two take everybody. What's going on?
But what if you put it here?
I am. I'm gonna try to put this. Oh.
It's gonna work, but see if you can put it here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Here is better.
Yeah.
What is
web access, $18.99.
That's what's up.
$18.99.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're about to do a little interview right now, you know what I mean? So something, we at the studio now, and we're gonna talk about some crazy stuff, you know what I mean? So that's what's up. So all my people, you know,
Tune in.
how you guys doing? Yeah.
So
But we live, there's a lot of camera here. Actually, let me show you guys what's going on. You see the setup, 1 camera, 2 camera, 3 camera, and you see it's like, it's crazy. You know? So it's real. You know, we here with Tiffany, you know. She's doing it big, you know. It's a different story. Alright, that's what's up.
You want this one to set yours or you good? Okay. Okay.
You setting up for yourself?
Yeah, I'm trying. Internet connection low.
Yeah, it's web access.
Here you go, babe.
Yeah, I connected already.
Oh, Coral Spring, yeah, watch out. Yeah, from Banou check for you, it's been a long time, but I've
You sure?
James Real, watch out.
Connection, yeah.
Mario Love. Eventual more. Watch out.
I know. I just liked his page today. Yeah.
His page is going crazy.
Yeah.
That's even top.
Never mind.
You sure?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I guess you could feed off of his.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like in shirt. And watch out, Pazzi.
That's so many pages anyway.
Yeah, nous allons faire une interview là avec, you know, on radio télévision américain. Ou wè tan amdou paske yo konnen nou nan studio, nap finalize yon seri de gros music. Gen bay ki bral fet, wè nationally and internationally. So, paske yo konnen nou fet still music pa nou nasyonal a internasyonal. So, se sa kap fet la. So, nou val pale de tout et de rien. Wè? Respect tout moun.
I know.
Oh, are you live on Facebook with us?
On this?
Yeah.
No.
You should go log in on this so you can answer your questions while you're sitting there. Trust me.
Oh, so I can see both. I see what
Yeah,
you're
and you can answer
saying. Okay.
because when I was on live, I couldn't answer for you. So while you're talking, you can still answer your people.
Okay.
You can be like, hi, blah, 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 blah. You can answer back.
I'm on.
You on?
But I would have to be live to see their comments.
No, it's going to pop up live on your stuff when I go live.
Yeah.
Oh, it will?
I share him.
You gonna share him? Okay.
I already did.
All right. So today, so welcome everyone. Let's start there. We are live at Track Set Studios in Orlando, Florida, Winter Park, Florida, same thing. And you are tuned in to the morning after show with your girl Tiffany E. Breakfast with Tiffany E. We did have breakfast. Today. And today I have two special guests. Of course, if you want to know, I always like to preface, Steve is in the building. JL was here. He left the building, but he's coming back. So they are there in the behind the scenes. And then today we have Top Adlerman, one of the largest, I should say, Haitian artists. And he is visiting us today. And then we also have Donelo.
Boom!
And he is a Haitian reggae artist as well. So I'm really, really glad to be here. For us as Americans, we may not know, but Donelo helped me understand Top. If you compare him in the Jamaican world, if you know Bob Marley, that would be Top to Haiti. So if you literally have to know, because I love Haiti, I love my Caribbean countries, that is what we are. So I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, Steve, for inviting my guests today. I think Steve advocates and he's like my behind-the-scenes person and sets up all my interviews unofficially. But I love that. So thank you for being here, both of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Track Set,
Yes.
That's my homies forever.
That's right.
Bullet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just go back and forth and kind of just just as organic as we've been talking. That's usually what we do.
No problem.
It's not like that official. We do real here, so we can just talk like we've been talking. But I want people to know the background. So Donelo, we'll start with you, and then we'll go over to Top, and then you can kind of feed off each other's energy as well. So tell us about you and when you started. How long have you been doing music?
Well, I've been doing music forever because I started with music. I was born with it. I mean, so my name is Donelo from Haiti, reggae dancehall artist / soca. I'm saying Tigu Yadu, one. Pretty much that's just me. I'm Haitian.
So growing up, tell them that part, because you've been in music for a very long time.
Yeah.
And you just came out, well, I shouldn't say just, because you said it's been like 17, 18 years that you've been in the U.S. and your family relocated, and that's what I was reading on your bio. And when you were a kid, you would watch TV and watch the dances and watch the time in which you were living in who was popular, and who did you look up to? Tell us about that.
I was look up to these men right there, Adlerman, you know what I mean? And I was also look up to Buju Banton. And when Top Adlerman came with the new dance, with the new music, everybody around me will call me and be like, yo, do you know the new song? Do you know the lyrics of Top Adlerman song? Do you know the dance? And I will be the one to show them, to teach them, you know what I mean? So, and look at me today, sitting down next to the icon.
Respect.
So I thought that was really, really awesome. So I started with you for that reason, so you could feed off of his energy, and that's why I prefaced that. So Top, how long have you been in the industry?
Wow. as long as I know, it's like I was like maybe 3 years old doing weird stuff. Like if I hear a song, I might take a spoon and act like it's a microphone and do a crazy stuff. But I started like doing music like naturally and professionally since I was like 14 years old.
Wow.
You know, so it's been a while. And then there were way before we had this movement, rap Creole. I used to be a dancer. We had a group of guys. It was like 6 of us in Bolos. Bolos is a part of Haiti. It's like in Port-au-Prince. So it was me, Wolf Cool MC, Sonson, Reynolds. We had Tutu, we had Junior. So we start doing dance move, and we had a group named MC Top and the Lollipop. So we go around and dance. Any places we go, they say there's somebody who's a dancer right there. We need to know who can dance, and we go do street a competition, and from there I start doing my rap, my singing. And I have a friend. He came from New York at that time, and then that nigga came to Haiti with 2 suitcases, one big one and one small one. The small one actually has his clothes, and the big one was all reggae, CD, cassette, and stuff like that. And he was my friend. His name is Ronnie. And then we start listening to reggae. He put me into that patois stuff. I mean, and then he used to call me Adlerman. He say Adlerman, and then I put the tap in front of the Adlerman, and which make me tap Adlerman. And from there I keep doing that. And then there's this guy named Master G. Master G was the first Haitian rapper. I'm not saying the first, because to me the very first one was Coupe Cloué. But Master G was like the godfather of hip hop Creole, because we know him as a Coupe Cloué was mixing it up. But Master G, we know that he's a Haitian rapper, so he's the one that came out with the movement that rap Creole, and he tried to recruit like young guys in Haiti that know how to do the rap thing. So that's when I had the call for that, and then me and my boys, we had our own group, and then we went to Master G, and from after Master G passed away, and we came up with original rap stuff, and this group blew the hell up everywhere in Haiti and everywhere like in the world, because our song was very popular in France, in the Caribbean, and everything. And from there, and I moved to my solo stuff, and till right now I'm doing Top Adlerman, and it's a blessing to have other artists that have been looking up to me. And this is a blessing, because me also, I was looking up to some other artists, because I was very influenced by some Jamaican artists like Buju Banton, like Shabba, Shaggy, and all that. MC Hammer, there was Kid and Play around that time. That was to do all those dance, and and there's some other Asian artists too that I really like. There was a Porky from Scorpio, Tima No, and King No, Sweet Mickey, Alan Cave, all these dudes. They were like inspirational person. So I look up to a bunch of artists too that make me who I am today, and it's a blessing to know that I've done something in other people's life. So it make me feel precious about life, because you make an impact to other people, and now look at him, he's an established artist, so thank God.
Right. So you said you were part of a group, and the group separated, and you all start doing your own thing.
Yeah.
And that's where you came out with Top Adlerman.
No, I was always Top Adlerman in the group.
Oh, okay. You were always
actually this is the group that make me who I am today.
Right.
Or as Original Rap Staff, that's the group that make me who I am today. Because without Original Rap Staff, there wouldn't be no Top Adlerman.
Right.
Because I was around like great people, greatness.
Right.
I was on Top Chuko, Cool MC Money, Mike, Passy X, BOP, all those guys. They were great Haitian rappers, artists, and stuff. So I learned from them, they learned from me, and then from Original Rap Stuff, I make my name, and after that, I came up with my own solo project, But still, now we just united, and we did a carnival this year, and then I think actually we got 2 videos that we're about to put at the end of this year, me and the group. And then and at the same time, I'm coming out with my album too, because my album is done, ready to pop up. So there's a lot of things going on right now.
So when is the last album that you had come out? Do you remember? Let's see if he knows.
My last album.
Not yours. His.
Top. Wow. I think it was.
This is his trivia for you.
No, I know. I don't know if it was the compa one.
Yeah,
after the compa one, I don't know if you had the watch your class. It was kind of like a live one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
See?
Exactly.
That's why I said let him answer for you. That's great.
Yeah,
so now you need to ask him, why did he wait so long?
To come out with another. So long.
Exactly.
Okay.
You see how I did that, Steve? Steve told me to ask it, but I made you ask it.
Yeah.
Like we've been waiting on you to come up with something.
There's a part of the business that kind of get tricky, but after I came out with the album, because usually I was doing Haitian hip hop, Creole, and reggae dancehall, like Haitian reggae dancehall. So that's what people knew me for. And then I came up with a Wacha Kazim, that compa mix. It's a no approach. I call it Wacha compa because when I say Wacha, they know me, and I mix it up with that compa and stuff. So I remember when I did my first solo album in 1999, where I had reggae, dancehall, soca, all those stuff. But Haiti was not ready for that yet. I remember when I came out with the album, Take Your Show, and I went to some radio station. They said, no, this thing sound like Jamaican. It sound too much like soca. It sound, and it's right now. Things I was doing in 1999, it's right now. Haiti's doing it. So
you were ahead of the time.
Yeah, I was ahead.
You were the one that started
Yes,
that whole
exactly.
thing.
You was already living in 18.
Exactly.
Right. Because there's a lot of guys right now that's new in the business. Say, Top, it's now I really understand what you were doing with that your first solo album. Now that I'm really into it, I understand where you came from. So when I came with that mixed compa and it blew up, and for some reason there was a part of the industry that was against me. It's like, oh, this guy is too much for us right now. He from the rap, and his rap group was down, so we think we're killing him, man. That nigga come out with that no album, is like blowing again, and then the system tried to set up in front against and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I think what's gonna be good, let me just take a hold on myself, and I'm gonna help other artists to blow up. I'm gonna feature in more other stuff. And that's when I start featuring with other artists. I've worked with a lot of other artists, help them blow up, like J Beats, a bunch of other artists that people don't even know. So many, And I've done carnival with a lot of big groups and stuff. And my last mostly things that I've done for the past 5 years, this was with Olivier Mateli, which is the son of the ex-president. I've done a bunch of work with him and other artists. And now, it's like people like, Top, it's been a while, we need something from you. But guess what?
That's what you've been saying, right?
Yeah, but guess what? The album I'm about to put out, I'll be working on that album. But it's like every time I start to work on it and something come up, I try to work with other people and I leave.
Wait,
and I put a staff.
The album coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he said it.
Yeah. He already said he got an album coming out.
Yeah.
So no one knows he got an album coming out.
Yeah, no one knows.
Now they know.
Yeah, now they know. Yeah. So I had to put myself on a hold to help other people. But you know what I realized though?
Can I tell you one thing before you say that? It's okay to help other people is what I hear from you. And the positivity that he brings, like when he's around, he's like, if you see this table clear, that means somebody's not here, meaning me. But if you don't feel that energy and you don't hear laughter in this place, it's the same thing with you. He keeps us laughing from the moment he gets here. When I see him, there's nothing but a smile and a humbleness that's on him. And I love that. And I shared that with you earlier. That I know Top as I met him, just meeting him randomly. So at a restaurant. So it's so funny that you have that as an artist, because a lot of artists don't have that. They don't want to help anybody. They don't want to, and we just talked about that. Helping people to get to the next level. You don't care if they blow up. That makes you look good. Guess what? I mentored you.
Yes. Everybody have their own destiny, basically. I think everything that you have already there. You just have to make up your mind to know what you was born for, what's your purpose in life. And once you know it, you don't have to envy nobody else. Just do you. Be original in what you're doing, and be happy for other people's progress. Because if somebody's let's say he's doing something and he's making progress, and I feel bad about his progress, I'm stopping myself. Right. But the fact that I'm happy for him. I keep my door open for my time come again to shine. So I think a lot of people don't know that. They feel like if you're doing something positive and it works, they have to go against you. But deep down, they go against themselves.
Right.
Because the energy and the amount of time they spend to break you down, they could have put it on themselves to move on. You know? Mm-hmm. Even though they don't see it, they don't feel it, because a lot of people just rely on money. They think they got it all, they have money. But and this is something that I see. Actually, I see people who got a lot of money and have a lot of success. Mm-hmm. Try to stop other people that trying.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Like some people that they just trying to make it. Right. And the same people that got everything try to stop that. And me, myself, I've been through that. I have people around me that had it all. But when they call Adlerman to do something, they want me to do it for them. But when it's about my time to do it for me, they're against it.
Right.
You know? So I think from where I'm coming from to where I am right now, I had a lot of experience. And the real thing is focus, be yourself, and be humble, and keep doing it. So right now, we're doing it.
Yeah, man, we're doing it.
John, do you write your own music?
Well, I write my own music. Before I continue about the lyrics, I have to say that I had an album also dropped in 2007.
Okay.
And then after that, I did a lot of mixtape, maybe like 4 or 5 of them. And then in 2007, when I dropped the album, I got signed with A&R Select in Hollywood. And then till 2009. And then I started doing my own solo stuff also. And then in 2012, I got signed with the TMD record,
which is in Europe.
With a Jamaican record label in Europe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have little issues going on right now. I'm still associated with them, but it's not like I'm not with them, but they just let me go so I can do my own little thing until they can get stuff situated.
Okay, and that's a good thing, right? Because you have that ability to be creative during that time frame, right?
True that.
So you the student music degree. You also are in engineering as well. Yes. Tell us about that. That part of your life, because it's like always two sides. Like my day job is something else, and then I do this and radio and like. Well,
it's all about the music still, you know what I mean?
Still is.
So
okay.
The music is big. It's not just about singing. So you could be like, yo, you know, I need to learn something more about the music business. I mean,
right.
Engineer and things. So I love music so much. So I had to go to school for me to learn
everything about
the music, and I'm still learning because right now I go to Saturday class for guitar.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? So I'm just opening up my mind to the music so I can embrace every
aspect of it. Every aspect.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about that? That he's like embracing the entire.
That's great, because what it is like a lot of people be saying like I'm the best, I'm number one, about themselves.
Right.
But in music, to me, there's not the best. The best is the people that put more into his work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is what he's doing.
Yeah. You can see somebody now, you're like, oh, that nigga's not doing anything. And if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, next thing you see that nigga leave you behind and go like 20,000 miles an hour, and then you're still behind. So what he's doing is good. There's always room to learn, and it's never too late to learn. So when it's come to intellect, when it's come to skills, when it's come to knowledge about anything that you like, it's always good to upgrade. It's like you have a phone, you always have to upgrade your app, you ever have to upgrade things. So basically what it's doing is very positive. So I think it's a good thing to always have something going on and wants to know more.
Yeah, because the more you learn is the little that you know.
There's a question from top on Facebook.
What's the question?
Someone says, some dude, he says, ask Top about Misty Jean.
Ask Top about Misty Jean. Who is Misty Jean?
Watch out, class!
That's an artist that I used to work with, but now she's doing her own thing. I'm doing my own thing. So it's not really, to me, it's not really an important question. So what's important to me is what I'm doing right now.
You always say that you live in the present.
Yeah.
Like you live in the present.
I don't want to waste time.
And she's an artist.
She's an artist. She's doing her thing, and I'm doing my thing. So
we're here with talk. And he said it only matters to be in the current.
Yeah.
So I guess you got to Google her because I don't know who Missy Jean is. So I'm sure she's an artist. She's Haitian.
Yeah.
And then we can look up her music and find it. I think on like the YouTube platforms and things like that. So let's see. I have several questions. So let's talk about you running for senator.
Oh yeah, I was running for senator. Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really a politician because I don't like the way they do politics. To me, I feel like
meaning Haiti.
Haiti in general. Because to me, I think politics is a big lie. It's pretending that you care about the people problem and while you are really working on your own.
And it's not even politics, it's politics.
Yeah. I like that. Politics. Yeah, I like that.
He's going to steal that from me, but he's going to say his name.
Yeah.
The first 3 times he uses it, and after that, it's his.
Good.
But it was done here on the Tiffany morning after show. Breakfast with Tiffany E.
So basically, I feel like it's like people that come and tell you things about your problem, but really they tell you those things to make you vote for them for their own interest. But me, my involvement in the politics was mostly stuff that I've done in Haiti, in the ghetto and stuff like that. When people like those young kids are fighting against each other, and I be there as a leader to tell them, like as a friend, as a brother, tell them, yo, you guys should put yourself together, unite, fight for a better cause. And
Can
I've
you
always
say that one more time for all the Black American people?
Yeah.
Say it one more time.
I said
unite together.
Come together.
Don't fight
against each other. Fight for a better cause.
Together.
Because if we fight together for a good cause, like whoever is against us gonna be weak. Because we stronger. So that was always my message. So I think the people see that, they like that, and they choose me. They say, Tap, we have a lot of politicians that running. I think if you go, you're going to do good. We trust you more because you're always here. We know where to find you. Why don't you go to the Senate and represent us? And I was thinking,
here, like you live in Haiti.
That's in Haiti, yeah.
Okay.
So that's when I sit down and think about it with my crew, with my staff and stuff. And I'm like, okay, if that's what the people want, because I'm always there for the people and I'm working for the people, because I'm not working for myself, because I'm working for my family, my friends, my people. So you always love to go feed the blank spot or the dirty spot to clean it up. Right. So let me run. And that's what I did. And
so let me ask you this. If you had become senator, what would you have done? What would have been some of the things that you would have worked on? What are some of the people that you are able to speak for? What do they want you to do? What does Haiti need right now?
I think, okay, because when I went to the election, actually, I was good. I was the one winning. But Haiti, there's a mafia behind the election. So if you're not part with the mafia, and the mafia have their own people, what they're going to do, they're going to stood against you. So what happened now? They sell the people, other people. They put other people in that seat. And the problem's still the same. So I think I had a mission. Because when I go to Cité Soleil, when I go to Bel Air, when I go to it's not when I go. That's where I come from.
So those are places in Haiti. Just for the
that's where I came from. So it's not that I go there. Everybody knows Adlerman from the ghetto. You know what I mean? So I already know the situation. I already know the problem. I already know the kind of life because I used to be part of it. I was in it. I lived it. I understand it. So I knew my purpose. So I was gonna work with the people.
Now, if you were in Haiti now and Top was the senator, and we're thinking hypothetically, what were some of the things that you would want presented to him that you wanted to work on?
A lot of things.
So name a couple.
School.
Okay, so we talked about that earlier in the U.S. We were having
education is a big problem.
Yeah, education is a must.
So explain to them what I didn't know is that school costs. They don't have public education like we do here. No, education is a privilege.
Exactly. The school over there, I don't even know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Because you have some parents that might be able to send the kid to school, but they don't have school supplies. You might have parents that have the school supplies, but they don't have money to pay the school fees.
Yeah, it's always
So it's a lot of stuff. So as I'm saying, school is a must because without education you can't go nowhere.
Right. And I think the literacy rate they shared with us last week. Mr. Anderson was here. Anderson Jovelis. Did I say it right? You know him?
Yeah.
He goes back to Haiti, and he shared with us, I believe, if I'm incorrect, please forgive me, but I believe he said it's a 70% illiteracy rate there. So education is something that we have to have, and you also said that sometimes they're not able to go to school, they have to work, and then there is no work.
Yeah.
And hospital also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about the hospital, because for me, when I get sick, he was trying to give me tea, y'all. I was like, I need American health care. I need to go to the hospital. That doesn't happen for you all. There is teas. You don't have that privilege.
And there's something in Haiti that's killing me. It's like, trust me, if you don't work your way up to make a name for yourself to know people, you're not going to get services. Wow. Certain things you want, you're going to have to, you can go over there, the first person in that place, but you might be the last person that's going to leave that place. If you don't know people and stuff like that. I think it should
So that happens there.
Yeah, I think it should be equal for everybody. I think they should change a lot of things in the system. And especially, I think the certain problems that we have right now in Haiti is not because we couldn't solve them. It's because when the money come, the budget come for us to taking care of stuff, a lot of people just took that money, put them in their own pocket, and the situation still stay the same. These are the stuff that needs to be changed. And I think there's another big system that's behind this. It's like they want these people to do that. They want those politicians to be like that so Haiti could stay the way it is. And it's time for a change. And the change have to come from us first. You know?
As the citizens.
Yeah, as the citizens. And what's going to happen now? It's like things become so hard and there's not enough jobs. So whenever it's election time, the guy that's going to lie to the people, the guy that's going to steal from the people, he's the one that come with $1, with 10, with 20, and give to the people. The fact that the people don't have much, they took that and vote for that nigga. So what you think is gonna happen when he get to that seat? All they're gonna do is get his money back, because that was always the plan. But if we change that system, people vote for people they think that we can represent them, that understand the situation, want to make a difference in their lives. I think we're gonna move forward. But now it's like they have a pause button. They have their own politician they put up, and they put the country on pause while their pocket get full. So we have to change those stuff.
So
definitely.
You talked about school supplies, Don. Yeah. The school situation is something that we're not used to here in the United States. But one thing you do here is you take school supplies. You go back over and you take school supplies, which is something that you're doing this year. So tell us your social media for people that want to give to Haiti and contribute, whether it's money and you can go and buy the school supplies, or if they just want to send you some school supplies or drop them off. Tell them where they can find you on social media if they want to inbox you to literally be a part of that. Let's say that first of all, because I have people that may want to give and don't know how to give. How can I, even if it's $3 worth of school supplies from the Dollar Tree, every little bit helps. You can get a 12-pack of pencils for $1, and 12 kids can use them until they're gone. So where can they find you on social media that they are able to contact you, maybe in Messenger, and say, hey, how can I help?
I'm everywhere. I can Google me, Donelo, Donelo. My personal Facebook account is Donelo Lakaya, and Instagram at Donelo, Twitter at Donelo, and my website is DoneloMusic.com or Donelo.net. Other than that, you can just go to Google, you put Donelo, Donelo, and then all my information gonna pop up,
and then they can find you from there.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that's a great cause. We talked about doing something here at the studio, between my studio, the church, my job, like being able to get a barrel, fill it up with supplies, or giving you the cash, so when you go over there, we can help. And talk. You also are very active in the community there, and you also were willing to do that same thing.
Definitely.
So we definitely have to help our Caribbean countries, because they're black countries, and we came from them. We all came from the same place, and we have to help these countries and the students. We have children. I want my children to be educated. I want your children to be educated. We have the same skin. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if your children are educated and mine are, how does that help? Because eventually, children that are in Haiti are going to want to come here. And they want to be successful, and I want my children to be successful.
And you know what? Haitian people are very smart people.
Yes, they
Trust me. When you give the Haitian an opportunity to do something, they become great at it. We have a lot of great Haitian people that doing a lot of good stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I think if they find the push, they find what they really need to go ahead, and we're going to do a lot more. Because think about it. When we took our independence, we had no technology. Mm-hmm. We didn't have no gun. Mm-hmm. We had to use our mind as slave and to know how we're gonna get out of this situation, and we did.
And reference that it's the first black.
Yeah, the first black country. We as a matter of fact, we
fought.
Yeah.
That fought for freedom.
We fought for our freedom. Yeah. It's not that they just give it to us or they say it's time, but we fought for it. And I think this is what we're paying for. And I want all my Haitian people to know that. We are still paying for our independence, so we need to open our eye to know that they're not gonna do it for us. We have to do it for ourselves.
So last week we had Papa Duck on. One thing Papa Duck said, and you remember this, Steve. He said, "War makes peace," and that's essentially what you all understood a long time ago. Yeah. Your ancestors back then, to fight for their freedom, to be able to come for the first black country that fought for their freedom.
Exactly.
And with that war, it did make a sense of peace because you were free as a country.
Exactly. Even when you read the Bible, everything in the Bible is about war. When God said, "I'm gonna send my people, you got to do this to my people," He's sending you to do war, because that's the only way you're gonna find the peace. Mm-hmm. Remember when He sent Moses so many times, and they didn't want to
let the people go.
So what had happened? They had to fight. Mm-hmm. So that's what Moses did. You know what I'm saying?
To get out of the bondage that they were in.
So
that's awesome.
To find peace,
sometimes it has to be war. And in the Black American community, I think that sometimes we've gotten here and we don't understand that. And war could be several things. It doesn't necessarily also have to be violence, but like you said, it's coming together, sticking together, protesting together, building our own, saving our money, shopping only with each other.
And you know the biggest war is within yourself. Things that's going in your mind, things that make you not present, things that make you doubt yourself, things that make you feel you're not important, things that make you feel you don't have a purpose. And when you let those things in your mind like become you, and you're gonna start to project them, and when people see you, that's what they see. So this is the biggest war. Once you be able to fight that war, to know that, okay, all these little voices that are talking in my mind, that's not me. My real me is the being inside and the purpose that I have today. And you ask yourself one question. If I have a magic power to do some kind of magic for something that I really want, what would it be? And once you have that answer, and then you ask yourself the second question, what can I do today as of right now to move forward towards that goal?
Right.
And it's going to work. So it's still a war, but the biggest war is between yourself.
You spoke that earlier. Remember you said the first step was what? We don't what? Ourselves.
Love ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need to have unity. You know what I'm saying? So, as he said, you got to, you got to open your third eye first. Once you open your third eyes, and then this is when you're going to see excellent things. And then your whole entire life going to change. Because that fight is within you. You got to fight it. And once you fight it, you gain it, you win it. And then this is when you're going to start loving people. And then you're going to unite people together.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if your children aren't going to school in Haiti, that's my children.
Exactly.
And we have to think of it as a sense of community, a sense of we really need to help each other out, no matter if we're domestic or international, right? Sure. And we talked about going to do Black countries, or does the Caribbean offer an opportunity? I told you I wrote that paper about that. Offer an advantage for Black Americans to go over to other countries and to be successful. What do you think about that? Do you think, like, as an educated person, you experience racism here. He told me racism exists and those discrimination exists in Haiti. I was like,
it's everywhere.
right,
I mean,
and that's exactly what you said.
It's everywhere. It's the same thing. We even resist with our own self. Because we're so judgmental of our own self. We always have something that we don't like about our own selves. It's the same thing as when somebody say, you this, you that. So if think about it. When somebody else is putting you down and you feel that killing you, so it's twice hard when you put yourself down.
Right.
So racism, the racist things is everywhere. It's not only here in America. It's not only in Haiti. It's everywhere. It's a mentality.
So you don't feel like so you don't feel like in Haiti you experience it any less.
We experience it everywhere.
And that hasn't stopped you from being successful.
No,
you don't use it as a crutch.
No, because once this is the thing, you need a purpose. You need to know your purpose in life. Once you know your purpose in life, that's gonna help you to move forward. But remember, nothing is easy. Think about it. Jesus, the Son of God, the man have all the power to disappear, reappear, and fix people here, and bring back dead people to life.
He reading his word, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
and you know what? When he came to give his life, he went through some tough situation to reach the goal.
Right.
So that shows us right there. If Jesus, as it says in the story,
you better pray.
Been through that, so nothing is easy.
And he was the son of the Father.
Yeah.
So what made you think your life
was
easy?
So if Jesus went through it, that's mean you're gonna have to go through it too.
Right.
So it's how much you're gonna put in your work, how much devotion, how much time and discipline that you're gonna put in your work. And that's gonna make you, succeed.
Discipline being consistency.
Exactly.
And that has been,
exactly.
I keep saying, consistency just keeps coming in my
And one thing you have to know, whatever problem you are facing, the solution is right behind the problem.
Wow. Say that again.
Whatever the situation you are facing, the solution of that problem, of that situation is right behind the problem. Because that's why it's called a problem, because there's already a situation. The reason why I call it a problem is that there's already a solution for it. Yeah. And trust me, a lot of people think, if I have this, if I have that, I won't have that problem. No, trust me, you won't have that kind of problem. But you're going to have some kind of challenge to keep moving forward. Think about it. If everything was good in your life, you feel boring.
That's great. I love that. Say that again. It would be boring.
Everything was good, just perfect. You just got up, just everything just perfect. Every day. You have no challenge, no nothing that gotta boost you to go ahead, to focus. You'll be bored. You'll be boring. It's the same thing about a relationship.
I was just about to say that. See, you would be bored if I was perfect.
No. I mean, listen. What's imperfect? From a being, a human being.
Right.
What's look imperfect about me for you? It's maybe something that I like to do.
Right.
That you don't like.
Right.
The fact that I like that, and I always do that. This is my manner. This is my way, and you don't like it, so you feel it imperfect. And the same thing. The thing that I like, and I know you don't like, the fact that you don't like it, and I want to do it, you're imperfect. For me. You feel it? Yeah. It's a two-way street. So no one is perfect. Once we're in that flesh, we're in that body, you're not going to be 100% perfect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why this is a body to have that human experience. But you can look for perfection in what you want. Because there's always a way. It's like mixing a song. There's never a way to have a good mix. You could have the best engineer right there. The guy just mixed the song, it sound perfect. Call on another engineer. You're gonna come, you're gonna feel like there's something he can do in it. And call somebody else because it's gonna go. So there's always room for perfection, but you have to know that no one is perfect. Okay? The most beautiful person on earth. Who is that person? Who is he or who is she? The most beautiful girl for me is the girl that I love.
Right. That's true.
It's like you go into a store, there's different clothes, and he went there, he picked that one, and I went there, I picked that one, because in my eye, This is what's good for me. This is the best for me. And in your eye, that might be the worst.
So
but we have to accept everybody's choice.
So that's bring it back to knowing when you open your third eyes for you to know. It's like saying, in life, there's good and there's bad, but there's no good, there's no bad, there's no bad, there's no good. As he was saying, his woman could be the most beautiful woman on earth, but I might look at his woman as like,
darling,
ugly.
Watch her.
You see what I'm saying? So my woman might be the most beautiful for me, but for him, she might be the most ugliest one.
Right.
So that's mean there's no ugly, there's no beauty, there's no beauty, there's no ugly.
So I want to go back to something you said that you would change about Haiti, and you said it was like healthcare. Tell me about that.
It's a lot.
So the thing that I bring up with that is that I saw you don't eat meat, and I know that in countries that their meat consumption is low or they don't eat meat, the heart disease and cancer rate is almost little to non-existent. That's why I think health is important to you, because you mentioned that, and then I peeped that. I watch everything, as you can see, but I think health is very important. And in some countries, you have people that are Rastas, because they don't like the IAN at the end, that don't eat meat. Tell us about that, because for people that may be questioning or thinking about going vegan or, you know, living a lifestyle that is with no meat, because there are health benefits to it. Tell us about that.
Well, I don't eat meat because I'm a Rasta. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
see, I'm so glad I didn't use the. I was right though, right?
Yeah.
I have to do a lot of research. Thank God I didn't offend my guests. Go ahead.
I mean, as we say, health is important.
Right.
Because whatever you eat, that's what you are. You know what I mean? So those things to us, it just doesn't make sense. Because you shall not kill any animals. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because the same way you have feelings is the same way the animal have feelings.
Which is why we had someone come in this week, Steve, and she said her boyfriend was halal, so they have to kill the meat a certain way, but you choose totally to abstain. Right.
Leave the animal them alone. Leave them alone. Because this is God creature.
Oh, wow.
The same way you say, okay, if I can kill an animal, it's the same way I can kill you.
Right.
Because
you feel like those tendencies carry over to people. Exactly. What's the difference?
Exactly.
I love it. It makes you really think.
Once you take a goat, you try to kill the goat trying to run away from you. It's because the goat already feel what you're gonna do to
it, the energy.
You know what I'm saying? The energy. And then once you put the knife under the goat throat, the goat starting to cry, yelling, screaming, and everything because the goat don't wanna die. If God were created that goat for you to kill, the goat was gonna stay like that. Like, okay, go ahead, kill me. Because I'm there for you to kill me and to eat.
So this is controversial. I'll tell you that. I'll preface that. If you don't want to answer or go further, let me know. But what about people like Muslims that believe in halal meat, where they pray over it, bless it, they cover the eyes? What about that process? How do you feel about that?
That's them.
Okay.
I can't talk about it.
Right.
But I can talk about my way of life.
Right. Because they try to do it more humanely, is what they say. But like you said, killing is killing. And I get it, but I will eat a pig. I will eat a cow.
They respect of what he said,
but they
just took it a different way.
Right. And to make sure that it's in the most respectable way that it could be done.
Yeah.
Right.
So what I'm saying is leave God creation alone.
Do you eat fish?
I used to eat fish. Since I'm allergic to it, I don't eat it.
So
But us Rasta, we eat fish.
Okay, so if you could and you weren't allergic, you would.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. But I respect it. You know why? Because I understand it and I can respect it, and it's a reason behind it, and you can explain that. Tell us more about your Rasta culture. Like, tell us more about it for people that don't understand.
Well, it's a way of life.
Okay.
It's the way you choose to live your life.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It's a lifestyle. So it's not a culture. It's a lifestyle.
Lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Lifestyle, positivity.
much respect for that. I think that's what you're saying. So we already know, that was one of my questions, do you give back? You definitely, do you want to go back to Haiti?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm building my house over there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yes. I want to go back to Haiti. If I don't go back to Haiti, it has to be Africa, because repatriation is a must.
I love
because
it.
we need to know where we come from. We need to know our roots.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Haiti, to me, even though we fight to gain our independence, but at the end of the day, I feel like my mother, it's Africa.
Okay. Home, essentially. And remember we talked about that early on. I said we sometimes here we don't think about that. We don't think that we all come from Africa.
All black people come from there.
Right.
And we need to, as I said, repatriation is a must.
Mm-hmm.
We need to connect back to the roots.
Right.
I'm not saying for somebody to just get up today and then go back to Africa and live. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But it's good to take a trip to go over there.
Right. To
and
see
then that will change your whole entire life.
Right. Because the history.
Don't let them tell you about Africa.
You go and experience it.
You go and experience it yourself.
Wow.
Because in life there's two books. Traveling is the book of life. Mm-hmm. Because once you travel, you're gonna experience stuff.
Wow.
And then the second book of life is the Bible. Even though 50% of it it's trash and 50% of it is positive. Because you got positive and negative. They work together. You can't leave the other one.
Yeah.
You can't leave God without Satan. You can't leave Satan without God. They connect together.
I learned that. I'll tell you off air about that. I'll tell you about that. But yeah, you're right.
Repatriation is a must. You have to go back to Africa. You have to go there. Even if it's for 1 week, 2 days, you have to go and learn and see things. And then you're going to see like the things that they tell you, be like, oh hell no, that was a whole lie.
Right.
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 You have to go.
Because the textbooks are literally written by different companies, and they decide what they put in them and what they want to teach the children.
Exactly.
Oh wow! So this is for you, Top.
Okay.
The Rah-Rah Festival. Tell us about that.
Rah-Rah. You say Rah-Rah.
Right. What is it?
Okay.
Say it again.
Rah-Rah.
Rah.
Rah. Rah-Rah. See, that's coming. Yeah, Rah-Rah. It's part of our culture. It's a kind of music. It's like Racine music. It's like culture music. It's like Guinean music. Mm-hmm. It's roots, and we have that after Carnival, and we have Carnival that's come like starting from January till February, whatever, and right after Carnival, before Easter, that's Easter, we have Rah-Rah, and Rah-Rah, and everywhere you have something. The Major Jean is like. People that playing, turning stuff around, and
so it's a big festival.
It's a big thing. It's a big culture thing. It's like you can go from Rah-Rah, let's say, from Orlando to Miami. No cars, just people dancing, working, and yes, that's why Rah-Rah.
And bringing the culture together and celebrating.
You go to Leogan. Leogan is a most popular place for Rah-Rah.
Say it again.
Leogan. It's a part in Haiti, in the south.
Okay.
You know. You go to Leogan, but there's Rah-Rah everywhere. But Leogan known for the most popular place for Rah-Rah in Haiti, and it's a big thing. It's a part of our culture.
Oh, okay. So like a street festival with music and
music and there's a mystic thing behind it too. You know, it's not just simple. There's a little mystic thing behind.
So what is it? What's the mystic thing?
The mystic, because Rah-Rah. But there's a spirit behind the Rah-Rah too. You know, there's certain things before that little marching band come out that you have to do ceremony and stuff like that. You know, because mostly Rah-Rah working at nighttime. Okay. It's like you see, you leave your house like maybe 10 and you getting back home like 6 in the morning.
No Caribbean party hours. I'm not used to.
You know what I mean? So,
no. I'm telling you, I'm not.
It's more like a spiritual thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more like a
spiritual.
While you're having fun, but there's a spiritual part of
aspect
of it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. When you came here, Donelo, did you speak English?
No. Actually, I had to learn it, and then
quickly.
I guess quickly it just came natural. I just started speaking it. I don't even know, but since I was in Haiti, I was speak a little bit of Jamaican patois.
Oh, really?
Me too. I was more.
Exactly. By listening
Really?
to reggae music, and I mean the influence.
Yeah.
So it's there. So we speak that low patois. So when we came to the state, it wasn't really that hard for us to understand anything, because when you do reggae, dancehall, raga music, it's like
patois,
it's patois.
Okay.
The same thing.
Or the Jamaican slang. Yeah.
I knew it. I understood it much better since Haiti, the patois.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And from the patois, I kind of get the English. It's like the same thing.
Really?
Yeah. 'Cause I
Okay,
used
so
to
one
listen to.
feeds off
Yeah.
another.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Tell me what you all think about Americans, the United States, and our president. Like from the Haitian side of it, when you see it, how do you feel about it? Either both.
About the president.
Our president, the United States, and Americans in general.
As I'm saying, I don't want to talk about politics, because everything is politics.
Right.
So more focus on music.
Okay.
I mean, this is our politics right there.
Okay.
It's music. So.
But all I can say, I'll say, like, Americans, they're great people and they're very smart people, because they find a way to make their country the most powerful on earth. And to me, I think American have something that's make them strong is because the world is American. That's why they call it the United States. It's like everybody from everywhere is part of America. It's like this is not one nation. It's like every nation that built this nation. So that's make their mind so the intellect like because to me I think they can play that mind trick on you, because that's why Americans have power over certain countries, because when they go, they play in your mind. They know how to play that mind thing, that to control that thing. They have that, and they make themselves big. They're like a show off nation. American is the most show off nation on earth.
They are good people.
But
if it come for me to talk about the president, if you want me to talk about the people, that's
the people,
else.
the Americans.
But I see the president. I can talk about the president in two levels. There's one level that has nothing to do with politics. That just have to do with the men. It's like the man, he works his way, he make a lot of money, and he said, I'm going to be the president, and he become the president. That's somebody who have goal. That's somebody who will focus on whatever you say about him. He like, this is way, this is that, this is it, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and he done it all. So that's making him a champion. And the other aspect about it is like the way, from certain way things he said about people, I think that's still him. It's the country that put him up there. Trust me, you cannot just wake up, especially in the country of America, like America, to see Trump is the president. It's because the people, he had people with him, he has American people with him, and they make him the president. So what can you say? He's the president. Hopefully, hope he do well, and hope certain things that he know, like every human being, are human being. We might not in the same level, we might not share the same dream, but we must respect each other. But otherwise, he's a successful man. He's doing his thing. Hopefully, you have to know that whatever that he works as a legacy, after his presidential term, that's what people are gonna know about him. So it's always good to do better. So when you die, when you're not here no more, your story is great. It's a great story. You don't want an harmful story to say like, yo, such and such was bad. So, you always want something good. That's why when they talk about Nelson Mandela, you see it is a great story.
Right.
When they talk about
even though he was in prison for so many years.
Malcolm X, you get some so that's what you want. You want your story to be nice. But at the same time, this is America game. There's the president and there's the people ahead of the president. So remember that. Even you are the president of this country, it's not you who's decided everything. So there's always somebody behind somebody behind somebody. So
What's your favorite place out of all the places you've traveled? What is your favorite place?
My favorite place. My favorite, Haiti.
Why? Because it's home.
It's home. That's where my soul is.
So tell us, for people that see only what society wants them to see, which is the poor side. Tell us one great place that they Googled something about Haiti to see it from a different perspective.
So we got so many. We got La Body.
Your favorite or something that's going to stick out to an American if you were to like look up this, because this doesn't define who we are, what society in America is teaching you. Look this up.
Yeah, we got so many great places in Haiti. I mean, I don't have a favorite one because I love every place is in Haiti.
Best,
you know what I mean?
The beautifulest place.
The beautiful place, I can't tell, but we got La Body. We have so many, I don't even remember the name.
We call it what, Labadee?
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, what makes a place or certain things beautiful is the experience you share while you're over there. Because let's say you go to the most beautiful place in terms of trees, sea, foods and stuff, and something worse happened to you there. To you, that's a bad place.
But this is the thing. People, and this is the reason why I asked. When it's time to take a vacation, who says, yeah, I'm going to go to Haiti for a vacation? If somebody said, I'm going on, in my culture, or as Americans, because of what we've been fed by society, I'm going to Haiti on vacation, people look at them. But you would look at it and be like, yes, you have a great time. And you said you had a friend that went there that didn't remember that he was even in Haiti.
Yeah, for the whole weekend. I have a friend that went to Haiti for the first time, and we took him places and where that he think, because he had another things about Haiti in his mind.
That's what they
and
feed
the
us.
whole thing for that weekend is like from go to the beach, private boat, big houses, go to the mountain, mansion, big dog style.
Right, so there's mansions, big
yeah,
houses.
exactly.
But
Come
think
on.
about it. In
We
our
have all
black
that in
society,
Haiti.
in our
It's
culture,
again tout go
that
bagay,
is not
but
what we see. The society that feeds us about Haiti tells us that's not educated and say, I want to go somewhere else and live. Can we go over there and have a big mansion?
Okay, can I tell you a secret? Sorry. The same time they say Haiti is bad, you know now most of the land in Haiti, Clinton bought them.
Oh, Bill Clinton, yeah.
Yeah, he have a lot of land in Haiti.
Right.
And there's a bunch of people from the UN that went to Haiti, minister people. Now they don't even go back to their country. That's where they live. They got their big house. They got everything. Because why? Because Haiti, when you say a free country, Haiti is a free country. When you got when you buy something, you buy a house. It's not your house, but when you got a house in Haiti, that's your house.
Right, and it's huge.
Yeah. Whatever you get in Haiti, it's yours.
And
so
we talked about that earlier because we talked about property tax. And I was asking you about that. I was like, so when do you have property tax? You say no. Once you buy it, it's yours. Your land is.
Yeah.
Go ahead and speak on.
But I was before I go there. Haiti have a lot of beautiful places.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've seen it on the internet. Like I see people go to Haiti, and then I'll be like, oh wow, that's even me that say. But me, when I go to Haiti, I don't go to those places like the most beautiful place. I mean, as he was saying, I don't know what you can call the most beautiful place.
Right.
But me, as a Rastaman, I love culture. When I go to Haiti, I go to the countryside where I can see the trees, I can hear the birds.
Right, respect.
I can see the straw house, like not those houses that build like, you know what I'm saying, with things like that, but straw houses, that's what I like. I like to see it where the trees are, where the birds is flying. That's what I like. That's what's beautiful for me. But I might bring you over there. You might don't like it because you don't used to that. You know what I'm saying? So
you got to take me where they have central air and heat and hot water,
that's
please.
What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, but as far as beautiful, yeah, man, Haiti have a lot of beautiful places that may be more beautiful than some cities that you know here. Yeah, and then
it depends what kind of experience you want to make in Haiti. There's everything in Haiti.
I mean, back then somebody can tell you something about Haiti, and then you're probably gonna have to believe it, of course. But now, come on, man, you got the internet; it's free. Google it, and you're gonna see everything.
If you go to Haiti, you want to make the rich people experience. You're gonna trust me. Leave the rich people experience.
Exactly.
If you wanna go to Haiti, you wanna leave the countryside, the mountain experience. You're gonna leave the mountain experience. If you want to go to Haiti, you want to live the hood experience, the ghetto experience, you're going to have that. The roughneck experience, you're going to have that. If you go to Haiti, you're going to live the Christian experience. Yes, trust me. We're going to live that Christian experience. If you wanna go to Haiti, you wanna
The
live
voodoo
the
experience.
voodoo experience. You more than welcome. You live the voodoo experience. And at the same time, if you wanna go to Haiti to live the violent experience, you get it too. We got everything. Trust me, we 2-pack.
Thank you for educating me on what to say. When
Yeah,
you
man.
said I don't say the Rasta, the IAN, you said Rastaman. So
Yeah,
I
man,
learned
Rasta.
from that. So I listen to everything. I told you
Yeah,
that.
respect,
I'm
respect.
learning. Thank you so much.
And I think it's if you never experience a Haitian man, then you know it's the place to go. And
What is your favorite place to visit?
if
I'm
you
not-
want to experience,
I'm not.
because our women, mwah, oh Haitian, from Haitian, oh my God.
See?
Yo.
You might have to edit this.
I'm telling you. Yeah, no, it's true. It's part of the culture.
What is your favorite place out of all the places you visited?
My favorite place.
That
Listen.
you visited?
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I'm weird. My favorite place is where I am.
Right. Why?
Because that's where I am.
What keeps you so positive?
He have-
They don't know the
Because
positivity.
think about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell me where would I like to be, what kind of lifestyle I have to be, I can describe something
Right.
for you. But that's where I am right now. If they say it's the end of the world, this is my lifestyle. So I might as well enjoy it. As much as I might as well enjoy everything about it. But if you tell me which country I like the most, I would say Haiti, because
That's home. That's
let me
the
tell you
soul.
something. Beside home, if I'm driving on a highway in America right now, I get pulled over by a cop. The first thing I have to get my shit, my license, registration out first, because I don't know what's gonna happen. Because to me, I feel like in America, when a cop see you, you feel like you're not deserve to be out. You need to
do
be
you
in jail.
feel that way? Do you share that feeling? Being in America?
I mean, I always have that feeling.
Because
I feel
of
like,
what you've seen,
and
right?
in America, I feel like when a cop see you, you feel, why is he doing that there? He should be locked up.
So can I tell you something? When you're in Haiti, when you're both in Haiti, do you feel that way?
No, I don't feel that
Do
way.
you feel that way in Haiti?
I don't feel that way, but Top have more experience than me in Haiti.
Okay.
Because, you know,
Yeah.
I've been
Right.
here
This is
for
this is
so
my
long.
feeling in Haiti.
So,
Like in Haiti, like an example, when a cop stop me,
Right.
the first thing is happy because he stop. Oh, Top! Oh my God! Wow, Top. Okay, yeah, this. Okay, if it's something I could like, whatever, you know. But most of the time I'm right because this is something I don't want to abuse my power.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that
But
again.
I don't
Even
want
though you're
to
in a
abuse
right.
my power. You know what I'm saying? But I get stopped. It's not because I'm doing something bad. They might be doing a check. They might checking cars in Haiti because there's always things going on. They might stop me to know who's in the car. And then when they see me, but I don't have to be afraid or
Being
think
gunned down.
that they're going to look. Because to me here sometimes you're good, but they look for anything.
Right.
Anything. If you don't know, sometimes they say if a cop pull you over, you don't have to talk to them. Don't say nothing to them. That's a good thing. But sometimes if you don't say nothing, it's even worse. So when you don't say nothing, that's you really have
So
to know
you
your stuff.
experience the American society lifestyle of a black man.
To me, in
here, and you
America,
have that
this
feeling,
is what I
that sense of
feel.
fear,
That's
that
my
sense of-
feeling. I feel
Right.
like in America, when a cop see you, you're like, damn, what? How come he's here?
Right.
You're supposed to be somewhere. That's how I feel because I see what happened to other people, and at the same time, the only thing too, certain things you always need to be right. Like you know certain things, you don't want to get in trouble. Do your things right.
Don't
So
right.
this is me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of time I have friends that don't care them, huh? But if they gonna do they don't care thing, I'm like, hey, I cannot
can't be
afford
part
it.
of that,
This
man.
is not me. As a matter of fact, you might not. You might be good for that long, but the fact that this is not me, I might come with you and you end up in trouble. So I'm good. You know what I mean?
So you
But
do feel like, as Black Americans, we should consider other places because you don't live
trust
that
me, man.
experience there.
Trust me. Like me in Haiti's, like I feel free.
Right.
Here, I feel like okay, there's a possibility for my dream to accomplish that. But I see what happened. You can make it to the top in America, but for some reason, when you're black guy,
Little mistake.
at the end of the day, they always find somebody, some way to put down your flag. You cannot die with your flag up. You have things that from 15 years ago that's gonna follow you, but follow you on an aspect, not because you were wrong or right, just now you have too much power, you have too much success, let me bring him down. So
you feel that way?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
You feel that way being here, right?
Well.
And that now you see why I said I wrote that paper, and you
Yeah.
see, like I said that today. I called my grandma before the show, and I'm like, I'm done with this. I have that feeling, and that's why I've asked. That's been on my mind.
And I'm glad, because the reason why you have the feeling, because your third eye, your pineal gland starting to open. You know what I'm saying? And then the spiritual connection you're starting to have it in you, because you're starting to find yourself. You're starting to find your root. That's what it is. You haven't found it all full complete, but it's
you're not about to read me on this show. But you're right. You're absolutely right. And I'm getting there. I hope the frustration, like you said, the problem, the solution is right behind the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where I was this morning. And I'm always honest, and this made me happy, being like the energy that I feel from you guys, like the calmness, the positivity. Like, I love it. Like, Steve will tell you, he's like, babe, and I'm like, just let me do what I do. I went on my shopping site and did some retail therapy. I got a cart full of clothes, but the energy from y'all, nothing brought it like you all did. And to be able to recognize that and keep pushing forward, what keeps you so positive?
Okay, like me personally, is like you said, your third eye. When you see life on a bigger aspect, because okay, let's say everything that's around me, I just see them with those two eyes. But if I just close them, life cannot be only that. There's something bigger than that. It's like I'm just saying 1, 2, 3, but I'm not saying it loud. I can hear myself saying 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Let's say if I want to see something in the past, I just close my eyes and go to the past.
Right.
I can imagine the future. So there's something bigger than that. And they say that there's one God. He creates everything. So that means there's one thing. Everything out there, to me, like I said the other day, this is a movie. Everybody's playing their own movie. So you need to know how you have to play your movie. So if you just see your life and everything from the outside, you're losing. You have to see it from the inside, because from the inside, that's where everything comes from. The studio, the place we are, that's somebody's mind that's built it, but that's not what was always here, you know? So I'm like, okay, I have to love myself 100%. Even if I'm with a girl, I'm like to watch that girl, see how much she loves herself. And if she doesn't love herself that much, right there I lose interest, because how can she love me?
Right.
If she says she loves me and she don't love herself, that's desperate.
What keeps you so positive?
What keeps me so positive? What keeps me so positive is because I'm living every day and I die every day.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And drink water, eat good food, pray God the Most High, give me life, as I said. That's what keeps me positive. Because I'm here to experience and then to bring to the other world. So that's what keeps me positive. Because God gives me the chance for me to come to this earth to experience something. And then when He take me to go to the other life, I'm gonna bring my experience that I've learned from this year to the other one.
And you want to live a good karma.
Exactly.
You don't want your karma to be bad.
Exactly. So what I'm saying, I give thanks to God because I live every day and I die every day.
I love it. Thank you so much for being on the show. Like,
Thank
this is
you,
great.
Tiffany.
I really love it. Thank you so much.
But for the American people that you see that's watching,
Yes.
I want Talk to do something. For
Okay.
them.
Okay.
Like, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
I think you said this, but I forgot to do it. Go ahead. I'm so glad. It just worked perfect. Do it. Go ahead. What do you want?
What you want me to do? Let's see.
Anything.
Anything?
From back then. From back then.
Oh, you want to go from back then?
Yeah, whatever.
To now?
Yeah.
Moi dis nou tout moun se moun, moi dis tout moun pa mèm. Mentalite nou oblige chanje la. Tout moun gen stil, moi dis tout stil pa mèm. Mentalite nou oblige. Gen fam ki fidèle, gen fam ki pèle. Gen nek ki flèle, gen nek go soulier. Oh. Bluff up, moi dis nou tout moun sou bluff. Lè yo baye bluff son fason pou yo kampe top. Bluff up, moi dis nou
Tout moun sou bluff.
lè yo baye bluff son fason
Pou yo kampe top.
sa kap fet. Oh, mes amis, moi bagay yo doan.
Bagay yo doan.
Des jou an jou vin pido, sa ka fet. Oh, mes amis, moi bagay yo doal. Des jou an jou di yo non. Ah, mes amis, tempérament chanje. M'padine, parce que nèg gen plus maturité. C'est vrai, dem te fait c'est pas tout. Moi dis on met ou sous côté ou. Et puis e kate jamou. Son ap descend. On platonne, monter. On platonne, n'a viré. N'a campé. Car on a beau fumer en prison. Et quelques mois plus tard embarqué. Pensez avec. Watch out, guys.
It's like anything that he went in. This is what is Fanatica. This is a fan
Big up to my artist right there, right there. Donelo, bon fanatique, bon bagay positif, tout le monde. Cherchez Donelo, monsieur son est fait bon bagay. Même j'entends Adlerman, reggae, soca, dancehall, les approach in music son l'autre bagay. Haïtien, faut qu'on monde fait bon bagay yo.
Okay, so, now you know you got
right now, I'm in a non show. Tiffany show, son show.
Tiffany
Yeah.
Breakfast with Tiffany.
Breakfast with Tiffany, son show. Et américain comme si qui n'a 50,000 radios sur internet là. Et parce que yo même yo plus fait show avec artistes américains, l'autre bagay, on prend so bien content là. So respect in all aspect.
Thank you so much.